Good evening, everybody, and welcome to this first round of the 2024 season of the SimRacingHub F1 Championship live on GTCQ TV. It's on RFactor2 platform, a really interesting game that you will maybe discover or you already know. I'm thrilled to be here, honored, a bit nervous, and really excited to be able to broadcast that race tonight with my friend Jas on the booth. I just want to point out that usually we're going to be doing this as a duo, but unfortunately my co-host, my usual co-host, Joe Enzel, Greasy Samsquatch, has family issues, so he cannot be here tonight. We wish him, his family, the best regarding those issues, and we hope he can cope with it. And we'll give him some time. So in the meantime, for this first round, I'll be alone in the booth to describe you this super race. We are live at Albert Park in Melbourne for this first round of the 2024 season of this Formula One Championship. Big race in front of us. We'll have a great evening. There's going to be some practice, qualification, and a long race of 58 laps. So to get started, because we don't have much time in front of us, the qualification will start at 9:13 Eastern Time. We have a great group of drivers tonight. It's a championship made to be as realistic as it can get. So it's exactly like a real F1 championship. You got all the real teams. The fun thing, though, is there's a balance of performance. So you won't have a team like Red Bull that's going to have the best car and people are going to sail away with their cars and winning all the races. Every position is up for grabs. The drivers are really fast. We got the top of the line RFactor drivers here on this platform. So how is gonna, what will play out tonight is going to be pretty simple. At 9:15, there's going to be a 10-minute qualification round. So drivers are going to have 10 minutes to put their best times. That's pretty long because a lap in here lasts about a minute 15 seconds, if I'm not mistaken. Then there's going to be a little warm-up session between 9:30 and 9:35, and at 9:35 Eastern Time, the race is going to start 58 laps of pure racing. For those who are not familiar with these kind of championships, the damages are real. So if there is a damage to the car that can be repaired, the drivers will have to go to the pit and make the repairs. They will lose a huge chunk of time, though, if it happens like that. And there are also damage that cannot be repaired. In that case, the drivers will have to retire the car, and they won't score any points, or they won't be able to finish the race. We have a great lineup of drivers that I have to present to you. They're new to me. I don't know them, and some names there are hard to pronounce. I had a little tip about it, so I'll do my best to present them to you. So for the Aston Martin Aramco Cognizant F1 team, under the number 43, we got Argenis Riera. Number 24 is Mr. Ricardo Sr. So that wraps up the Aston Martin Aramco Cognizant F1 team. For Oracle Red Bull Racing, the number 13 is Mr. Josh Mills, and number 29 is Jean-Pierre Lalancette. For the Mercedes AMG Petronas F1 team, number 21, Mr. Janos Magasrevi, and number 8, Jacobo Cardoso. For Scuderia Ferrari, we got Richard Walcott under the number 3, and under the number 27, Mr. Bill Worrell. For Williams Racing Team, number 57, Mr. Richard Haney, and number 5, Sean Higgins. Then for Scuderia AlphaTauri is number 12, Mr. Cliff Van Livarde, and number 72, Tony Mitsalis. Then Alfa Romeo F1 Team Stake, we got Jeff Hoppenheim for number 14, and then Stefan Broderson under the number 22. Then for the MoneyGram Haas F1 team, we have Elise Tape and number 89, and 34 we got Thomas Shepard. Then for BWT Alpine F1 team, we got Juan del Castillo at number 45 and Mr. John Cook at number 7. Let me point out that there might be a substitute driver. I think there is, yeah. It's number 21, Ezekiel Sorry. I miss. Oh, Montero. Sorry, Ezequiel Montero. I can't even read myself. I'm so sorry about that. So Ezequiel Montero will do the race for Juan del Castillo for this round. And to wrap it up, we got Team McLaren, McLaren F1 team number 44, Otto Acosta, and number 88, Glenn Cooper. So those are the 20 drivers that will be on the grid tonight. They are practicing right now. So for the specs of this race, the tire compound are specs C3 to C5, which means there are the softest of the 5 compounds that we usually have in a Formula One race. Drivers will have to, to use them as they please to try to get the most time on the track. Speaking of time, this is Albert Park is a very fast track, very technical. Got introduced in 1996 in the Formula One Championship after Adelaide got off the championship. It used to be there. Also, it used to wrap the season. Now, at that time, the Melbourne Albert Park track used to open the season. We had some many great races there. I remember playing it on the Formula One platform on my PlayStation. So I remember it as a very fast track, technical. There's some really nice fast corner. It's a driver's track. People really enjoy it, and there's a lot of places to overtake. So this should bring a lot of action tonight. The best time in practice so far has been laid down by Argenis Vieira. It's a 1:14.483, which is really fast. Of course, I got a lot of telemetry in front of me that I'm going to get accustomed to during the race, so I will be able to provide you with some gaps and some times from the driver. Now, what we see on track is actually the Richard Haney doing some warm-up lap. I can tell you one thing: he has been running around the track for almost an hour now, so he should be comfortable with his car. So as we said, there's balance of performance for the car. So what it does is that everybody's on the same level car-wise. So they all have the same machinery per se, and this should bring us a lot of good battles. I don't know these drivers, so I don't know who's the top dog here, who's not. We'll have to discover them as we please. Also, I'm going to look at the live. So since I'm alone and I'm a conversation guy, I like to talk with people. If you got any questions and things you want to ask me on the live, I'll be putting a little look into it. It's on my mobile phone here, so if you see me sometime, just reach out to read something. This is because I'm trying to get up on the live. So that said, Albert Park. I don't know if you spectators watch Formula One. I assume yes, because if you're here tonight to watch a sim racing about Formula One, you're probably accustomed to Formula One racing in the real life. Well, Albert Park is this weekend Grand Prix, so it's just a little warm up for your eyes until the real race. And I don't know if you remember last year, but there was a lot of mayhem at Turn 1. So Turn 1 is not super sharp. It's a fast right-hander, but it's a hard braking zone, so it should bring a lot of action. Turn 3 as well in the track is quite tight. It's a quite tight right-hander, so this should bring us also great passing opportunities. There are, I think, 3 DRS zone in this circuit, so that will provide also a lot of overtakings. We are, I think, 2 minutes away from the quali session, so the drivers are in the pits awaiting to get the signal to go around the track, and we'll be monitoring the laps as they go. So I see that Otto Acosta is already out of his pit box, probably for warming up because it's not time yet, but I might be mistaken. So let's go see on the live who's here tonight to talk with us. So far we got David Longeria. Hello, sir. Matthew Brower. Hey, my teammate. What's up, Matthew? We got Poncho's Club Sim Racing, and we got Dima, who said us heart. All right, say, I love you too. I don't know you yet, but we'll get acquainted to each other. So, is this the old track layout, Matthew Brower says, or the new one? I'm pretty sure it's the most recent one, Matthew. Anyway, in my remembering, I don't remember an old track layout for Albert Park, but tell me if you have other informations regarding this track. Fun fact about this track, fun fact because I'm from Quebec and I like to plug it out, but in 1997, Jacques Villeneuve out-qualified everybody on the grid by almost 2 seconds. And back in the day, we had the 107% rule, which means if you're outside of 107% of the pole time, you're out. You don't qualify. It used to be a rule in Formula One, so that was a bummer for the organization because with that time, with 2 seconds from the pole to the second position, that gives a pretty large gap to reach. A short gap to reach to be able to get in the 107%. So that was a fun fact. Kudos to Jacques Villeneuve back then, who was able to pull it out. And the drivers are out of their pit boxes. So quali has started, everybody. And I will be on my screen, try to monitor all the times, try to provide you with the most information I can. Remember, I'm alone. I'm also French Canadian, so if you hear a little accent and some words that are not really meant to be there, well, mea culpa. So they're getting out of the pits really, behaving. They're letting themselves a little gap, except between Walcott here. So this is the outlap. They're going to warm up their tires. Everybody seems to be so far on the soft compound. I doubt we will see another compound than this. It wouldn't be practical. It wouldn't be efficient. And on our screen, the graphics are great, by the way, on this game. If you never tried it, I highly recommend it. I'm also new to that platform, but since I have it, believe me, I will try that. This looks like a real great racing game. They're going to give themselves a little breathing room to start. Okay, Brower pointing out that the bus stop chicane isn't there anymore. Okay, new layout in 2021. All right, great information, man. Thank you for bringing that up to me. That's the kind of thing I usually know, man. So you got me there. Thank you, Matthew, for pointing it out. All right, and we got a lap. All right, we got, I think it's walk. It's, okay, Argenis Sierra on the hot lap right now. First sector, 26.6. Second sector, 17.334. Going in that fast left right-hander. That's my favorite part of the track. Really fast plays. That's what I was talking about earlier when I said it was a driver's track. Really fast right-left. Super fun to drive. And the last curves that we're about to be there are pretty slow, and you got a good relaunch after the pit entrance on the right side, and you got to really put the throttle down. And this will give us a time by 114.5 for Argenis Riera. That's almost faster. That's as fast as the best lap in practice. We got Jaros Magasrevi with a 115.6, then Bill Ward a 116.2, Elise Tape a 116.5, and then we get in the 17s for Sean Higgins and Jacobo Cardoso. Well, we got Josh Mills, who squeezed himself, between third and first, so he got second place with a 14.590. So between pole and second position, we barely got 23 thousandths of a second. Wow. So we're at the start of these quali sessions. So keep in mind the times are going to drop for a lot of people there. Will we see a 113? We don't know. It's hard to grab these tenths when you got really perfect laps over and over. Mitsalis, it's factor. So Dima is rooting for Mitsalis, RFactor2. Can you tell me Dima is Mitsalis is a Greek name? I would like to know that. So in my screen, I see the Red Bull of Josh Mills And where is Mills on my? Okay, so far he has 114.5, and he's okay. Josh Mills is back in the pits. We got Richard Haney now on the screen, and Glenn Cooper just improved his time, but I don't see it on my sheet, so I have to refresh it. Here we are. So we got 4 drivers in the pit. The rest are out. So they're putting new sets of tires, I assume, and they're going to get back on track to try to get another good time. It's exactly like it would be in Q3. 10 minutes, fast pace. They're not wasting time in the pit. They're not playing the waiting game. They're trying to maximize their time, which is normal. Okay, Jean-Pierre Lalancette for Red Bull on the screen right now. And Nick Allard, the F1 simulation will be racing on this track Sunday night. I don't know what you're referring to, but I'm sure you're right. Oh, I see. Oh, it's the F1 Simulation Canada. All right. Oh, Nick, he's the co-host, isn't he? In the French version? I think he is. I'm asking my producer in the booth if he's his co-host. I think he is. All right, so, okay, getting off the line, his teammate, Jean-Pierre Lalancette's teammate, which is Josh Mill, just left him a little breathing room so he can finish his hot lap. There is traffic here. Lalancette in 7th. And Riera is improving right now. I'm gonna try to follow Riera right here. My screen as well. All right, I don't see him on my screen, but I see it in the live. He's going fast, arriving at the second to last corner. Riera on the left, and oh, a little mistake here. That's going to cost him. I don't think he will be able to improve. All right. Yeah, Elise Tape in 9th. All right, 6th place. For me, I need to look at something. Producer, can you share your screen for me so I can see exactly live what you're seeing? Because I had a little delay on my screen. All right, so Elise Tape still, I think, on a slowdown lap here. And Richard Sr. All right. That'll be good. Oily Tape might be, I think. Oh, no, he's out. He's out. By the way, if somebody can tell me, is Elise Tape he or she? I don't have that information. Mr. Thierry, this is RFactor2. This is a PC platform. So you can get that game on Steam. It's a computer game. So Elise Tape back in the pits. And we got Richard Haney. So there's 1 minute left in that qualification session. So far, pole position is 114.471 Argenis Riera. We got Josh Mills with a 114.590. So our Argenis Riera already had the pole. He improved by almost like 1/10 of a second, almost exactly on the dime. And we got Otto Acosta in the McLaren team that did a 114.5. So this is really close for 1, 2, 3. Now we got Glenn Cooper, who just crossed the finish line. Is he improving? He's in 7. Oh, that looks like he's on a hot lap right now. Yeah, DRS Open. We'll follow Glenn Cooper as he travel. He's maneuvering to the track. Fast left-hander here. Getting all the space on the track. Large on the rumble strip. Pretty cool. Oh, he touched the grass here. Will that cost him? I don't think it costed him. And he's arriving at that fast section that I like. Look how fast they're going. It's full throttle to there. There's going to be a left, a right. Look at that. Hard on the throttle. Arriving at turn number 13 here. A sharp right-hander. There's going to be another right-hander, 14, a little less sharp, a little faster. And then second to last word, 15, tight left-hander. Pit entrance on the right. Looks like a good lap. Can he improve? And Cooper, no, does not improve. That was impressive. It was fun to go on board with him for a brief moment. And our Janis Riera, I think he's still on a hot lap, but he's in pole so far. And other than Acosta and Cooper, that is on the hot lap, so it's a checker flag. I don't think anybody can improve from now. Wow, kudos to our Janis Riera. What a time. Oh, he improved. Whoa. Wow. Okay, that's like a 2.510. Like 250,000 of a second improvement on his previous time that was already 1/10 faster than his first time. And his first time out of the 3 was already the pole time. So that guy just improved his pole time 2 times in a row. That is impressive. On the live, we got It's Sky Scream. He like Elijah. Okay, Elijah in English. I see. All right, because Élysée in French is a women's name. So thank you for pointing it out. I don't want to call it he a she or a she a he. I want to know if we got ladies in the race. And Dima is telling me that it's a Greek name, so I was right on this one. All right. So positions. First, Janis Riera. Second, Josh Mills. Third, Otto Acosta from the McLaren team. So it's Aston Martin first, Red Bull second, and McLaren third. Then you got Janos Magasrevi in the Mercedes team. That's a Mercedes livery, isn't it? In fourth position. Fifth, we got Ezequiel Montero filling up for Juan del Castillo in the Alpine F1 team. We got Elise Tate for that is the Haas F1 team. Then Glenn Cooper for McLaren in 7. Jean-Pierre Lalancette in 8 for Red Bull Racing, Oracle Red Bull Racing. Richard Haney in his Williams in 9th position. Then in 10th, you got Bill Worrell in his Scuderia Ferrari, followed by his teammate Richard Walcott in 11th position, also Scuderia Ferrari. Of course, then we got Richard Sr. for Aston Martin. You got Cliff Van Lievard for AlphaTauri, the first AlphaTauri in 13th position. Sean Higgins for Williams in 14. Jacobo Cardoso in the other Mercedes in 15. Thomas Shepard for the Haas F1 team in 16. John Cook in 17 for the second Alpine. Then we have Stefan Brotherson for the first Alfa Romeo, if I'm not mistaken. Yes, that is. And Tori Mitsalis in the second AlphaTauri in 19. And to close out the field, Mr. Jeff Oppenheim in the Alfa Romeo. They're going to have a little 5-minute warm-up, so I don't see the quality time now. I might be able to get back at them. So this should be a tight race. We have seen Janis Riera, well, I will say dominate this quali session. Yes, he did, because he he improved his time, but he had two drivers really close to his time in Josh Mills and Otto Acosta. So there should be some action between these three. The others were not really far apart, so we should have also a lot of action in the midfield right there. After the warm-up, we'll go to a little teaser break, and then we'll come back for the race. So if you see the teaser, stay tuned. Also, this is amateur broadcasting, so if there is internet issues, power outage, or a kid crying in the background, there might be some technical difficulties, but stay tuned, and we'll always do our best to come back as soon as we can. On the live, we got Sydney Harris. Go Mills. All right. So we got 13 people on the live right now. Call your friends. Tell them there's a nice F1 race tonight. They will tell you that you're completely off your schedule because the race is not tonight, but you tell them it's on RFactor. It's the SimRacingHub F1 live on GTCQ TV, and this is the first round of the 2024 season. There's going to be a lot of action, and for me, it's just candy. I've been eager to come in Formula One races for a long time, so I'm just laying down, enjoying it, and having fun with everybody in the live, and try to have the best moment watching Formula One race on a great sim platform. So for people in the live, we got some supporters for a lot of drivers, but I would love to know, for those who don't know anybody in the grid, who are you rooting for? Who's your pick to win the race? Who's your pick to do great overtakes or bring you a lot of action, wheel-to-wheel action? So tell me if you got preferences. It might be just you're a fan of Red Bull racing and you want Red Bull to win even though you don't know these drivers, or AlphaTauri. You like the underdogs. Is there a driver here that you know that underperformed in quali and that will surprise us during the race? That could happen. So we'll get to know these drivers and what they're capable of as long as the race and the season is going down. So I'm following Richard Sr. myself on track, just warming up with his Aston Martin. And it doesn't look like he's putting much speed. He's on the medium compound. So we saw the soft compound in qualifications, of course, to put down the best time. It's a real Formula One race, so we might have different strategies. We might not even see the soft compound because they have to take care of their tires and manage fuel, electricity, tires like they should do on the normal Formula One race. So this is going to be also pretty hard for the drivers, and we'll see who's get the best management of that. Because look, in the warm-up, we got laps at 119 and 122, so this is not really this is not a good picture of what we saw in quali. We're really off the time, so they're just like running around, maybe try to calm themselves. When you got a tough race like that coming up, sometimes before mayhem happens, you want to just like go around the track and relax a little bit, and then when the lights are out, you're just putting the hammer down, like we say. So we'll go to a little teaser before the race starts, and then we'll come back with the main event. And welcome back to this race on RFactor SimRacingHub Formula 1 2024 season, round 1, live at Albert Park. The drivers have qualified and they're about to start. It's 21:35 and the race is about to start. There's gonna be, of course, a warm-up lap and lights out, and we'll go racing. So for those who just joined us, you missed a great qualification session. Pretty tight between 1, 2, and 3, and the drivers are lined up on the grid and they're about to do their warm-up lap. So our Genis Riera improved this time 2 times, and we already had the pole with his first time, so he could have just sat in the pits and enjoy food or water for that matter. But he didn't. Yes, sir. So they will be warming up their tires here. Let's hope there won't be any mayhem. I remind everybody that the damages are hard, and if something happens to the car that is beyond repair, there won't be any chances of pursuing the race. So this track is exactly 3.281 miles or 5.280 kilometers long. This is an average length for a Formula 1 track. But a 1:14 is quite a fast lap for a Formula 1 track. It's exactly the same times you get in a track like Monaco. I think the exact same thing maybe at Red Bull Ring. So this is quite a fast-paced track. Drivers are warming up their tires. So our Genis Riera in first, Josh Mills in second, and Otto Acosta in third. Fourth position, Janos Magasrevi, Ezequiel Montero pulling up for Juan del Castillo in fifth, and wrapping up top six, Elise Tape. Drivers are arriving on the grid. Getting in their positions. First round, 2024 season, SimRacingHub F1 on RFactor, live on GTCQ TV. Everybody's on the grid. Everyone seems to be in place. Lights are on. Lights out on at Albert Park, and nothing's happening. What? Okay, another 5 lights, and lights out. Everybody's on. Okay, and we got mayhem in the mid track. Ricardo Astal and the Alpine car. Okay, we got a big crash midfield. There should be something like a yellow, and we got our Genis left in front. Nothing happened in front, but midfield we got a lot of crashes. We'll get to that after. There might be a replay that we'll have to see there, because there's a lot of we saw a front wing flying, but so far up front there was a race going on, and we got Elise State in fifth position, Pauline Acosta. So 3, 4, 5, 6 in a tight bunch. First and second actually got a real breathing space up front. I'm eager to see what happened. And Riera is still in front of Josh Mills. The Josh Mills very much in Riera's back wing. To see what's happening there. So Josh Mills right behind Riera. And it's already lap 1 ended. There's no debris on track, so no yellow or nothing like that. The cars are off track. Second lap already, we're already on the way. And we'll see Josh Mills closing up on Genis Riera. And also the McLaren of, I think it's Acosta. Yeah, so we got retirement from Ricardo Senor. That is unfortunate. And try to figure out where Josh Mills is. So now Riera has almost half a sec on him, and Mills is right back into his rear lane. Remember, there will be DRS, I think, after lap 2. Marcus Revi followed by Acosta in 3rd and 4th, and Acosta's got a breathing space from the least tape. So we got 2 battles up front here. Mills and Marcus Revi with Acosta. And the one that is the closest together, I think, is between 1st and 2nd. They're very much going at it. And the midfield has spread out. So what are we seeing here? There's another Red Bull. It's another Red Bull. They already have back markers. That's what I was wondering, because I think the Alpine here has damage, left off track. So we let them go. Good gesture here, because since the incident, I was wondering what I was looking at. And there's a pass here from Josh Mills on Riera. Well done. There's a yellow flag in sector 1, but Josh Mills just took first position from Riera, and already Riera backing down. So what happened then on Riera, we saw Mills just setting up his pass, really well done, really well made, like a bird of prey, just overlooking, and there might be something wrong with Riera. I think he's slowing down a little bit. Oh yeah, there's a difference in the tire compound here. There you go. That was easy to see. My bad. Van der Vaart in 10. Coming close. And I got the gaps here. So Van der Vaart is actually within the second, or going off and on. Oh, something happened to to Cliff Van Leeuwen. Now he's 1.5 behind Glenn Cooper. Not going to happen right now. We got Riera still at the sec behind Mills. It might happen again. He's closing the gap, so this battle is not over. And I can see the tire compound here, but it's really dark, so I have troubles reading it. But I'll just put my head closer to the screen, and I will provide you with premium information regarding that. So yeah, Josh Williams and Riera on hards. Acosta's on medium in 3rd position. So is Yados Magaswami in 4th position. Yes. So at least taking medium, and Richard Haley in 6th hard, so they might do a good operation here, because although the medium compound is going to provide you with more grip at the start, it's going to fall down at some point. And Riera is going to probably be able to sustain a longer run and have good times. Also, Riera kept Josh Mills with the medium tires at bay for two laps and a half. So that's 2 laps and a half. He didn't go in front of him. So he's not going that far off. Still half a second between Mills. So that's good for a difference in compound like that. So what do we got on the live? Nice pass for P1. Yes, Mr. Harris, that was pretty good. Well done. And we'll try to look at other battles if we can find some. So we already got a retirement here. That's unfortunate. And between Haney and Sean Higgins, they're going to go at it between 6th and 7th position right here. those are the two teammates. So I don't know if there's any team orders. It's everything's up for grabs since it's the start of the season. But these guys are very much in close to each other right now, 6th and 7th. And what tire compounds do they have? So on mediums and Richard Haney's on hards. So what's going to happen there? Is the teammate or is one teammate going to let his other teammate pass because he's on a softer compound? So far, the gap has spread out a little bit. So probably a mistake by Sean Higgins here. We'll keep an eye on that. And Ferrari of Bill Ward is closing on these two, so they shouldn't be fighting that much if they can avoid it, because the Ferrari is right behind it, lurking for position. Wow, look at these images. This is very fast, and we saw Amy going in the grass a little bit, but I don't think it's going to cost him that much. And Bill Worrell is now in the rear of Richard Haney. Let's see the gap here, 0.8. So he's going to be in DRS range, and we'll see it right now after this right-hander for the start-finish line. We should see the DRS open, and there it is. But I think that Haney also has the DRS on his teammates, so... Oh! Royal in the grass, turn 1. Okay, didn't cost him that much. More fear than heart. Oh, and the Williams of Higgins just slowed down a little bit, so maybe a mistake. I didn't see it. All right, this is a tight battle. Let's go back up front. What's going on between our friends Mills and Riera? Riera very much in the rear, the rear wing of Mills still. The difference between the two is exactly they're within the second. They're looking between 6 and 8 tenths. So Riera is taking a huge option on this race right now, making hard compound work for him. This is a great view here, in-car view. Let's see if we can stick around for a lap in in-car view here. Arriving at turn 3, very tight right-hander, fast left-hander, turn 4 here. 5, same thing. Fast sector. Turn 6 is going to be just a little bump here. Pretty fast as well. And now we got the long, fast section, 8 to 9, that right-hander. And then you're going to have 11 and 12, this, we call it a piff path, like a left, right here, right. Can do it's you can easily do a mistake, a costly mistake here. Hard on the brake at turn 13, faster. Slow right-hander. Sorry, another faster right-hander here, and second to last turn, turn 15 here. Don't sleep, because you might be overtaken here if you sleep too much. Oh, and the last turn on the right, yellow flag second 1, and the yellow flag is no longer there. So I'm going to try to see what's happening on the track as well. We got a slow hard car the track. I don't know if there's a problem here. What's happening between Haney, Morel, and okay, so Morel and the Ferrari in the back of Richard Haney. That hasn't moved since we last saw them together, but Wall is on the attack, still in the grass again, so overshot his braking mark. He will have to go over this again, try to work out his path. So I don't know if it's impatience, maybe he's on a hard compound though, and Richard Haney here is on the hard compound as well. So these are equal tire-wise. Yellow in sector 3. still yellow sector 3. Let's go try to figure out what's happening here. Can I see it? Can I provide you with that information? Okay, we got a car slowed down. It's I think it's Stefan Brodersen, is it? No, it's Jacobo Cardoso. He's slowed down and he's in the pits. He was on the soft compound, so that makes sense. The pit window might be 10 laps for the soft. So what's happening here? In the pits, changing tires, and he's back on track, and he has the hard compound. I think I saw the white lines. And he's already turn 1. There's a Haas coming behind him with 1 tires. So the Haas should get past. So he's actually a lap down right now. Yep. Oh, Riera just took back the first place. So while it happened, in the front, Riera took back his first place. There's a battle. They touched. Mills very much in the rear. I will say the rear bumper of Riera. He's showing his nose, trying to make him think he's going to attack or wanted to attack, and actually held himself. Great racing here from these two drivers. They're being together since the start. So as DRS right now, can he make something happen? Fast turn 1. A little mistake from Riera at the exit, so is Mills going to be able to take advantage of that? He's right in his rear wing right now. But Riera very much in control right now. He's using all the tracks. People on the live, pretty silent. You can comment on the race, what you see, what you like. And look, we saw a little fume, so Riera touched the grass, but I don't think that harmed him. And we still got the battle at the rear with the Ferrari of Worrell and Richard Haney. This is crazy. That's what we want. We want action. It's hard to go between the battle of Haney and Higgins not far, and keep an eye on also Riera and Mills at the same time. So we'll try to keep you informed of these two. The Ferrari is off. The Ferrari is off. That is 3 times I've seen Worrell just lost the position. So I don't know what's happening with Worrell. He's got the pace. He's coming close. He's coming very close to the Williams guys. And every time he's about to do something, he goes off in the grass. So it's unfortunate for him. We don't know. He might have something on his car that was not going well. He might have more used tires. So I don't have that information right now. So far, we already have 4 DNFs in this race from the crash at the beginning. So that's unfortunate. Myself, I'm going back to Riera. Riera has a lot of breathing space now on Josh Mills. I think the tires of Josh Mills are letting him down. Oh wow. That was hard. So, Josh Mills' tires are probably worn out, so we should see him in the pits within a few laps. We saw that the driver on the soft compounds had a pit window of 10 laps, so medium tires should be a little longer than that. I would presume maybe 13 to 18, depending on how well you treat them. So Riera is comfortably in first place. Unfortunately, Mills is left out, so there's no more action there to be seen right now. But what about Haney and Higgins? They're far from each other, but we got the flag of Glenn Cooper catching up Higgins, and I mean, Bill Wall is not far behind, and we have seen him going back and forth, closing the gap, making a mistake in the grass, and closing the gap. So there's going to be something. Good gesture here from the bike worker, letting everybody pass. Kudos to you. Good sportsmanship. That's how we are racers. Oh, look at that. 1, 2, 3, 4 cars within exactly. Let me point it out. Between around 2 seconds. So 2 seconds separating, we got 6th to 9th position. So that's where the action is right now. The McLaren has a lot of pace. What about the times here? Hard, mediums, hard. So the guy in front, Richard Hayden, the driver in front, Richard Hayden Williams, is on hard tires. Then Higgins behind him is on mediums. Glenn Cooper is on mediums, and Bill Moore is on hards. Remember what you saw at the front, which was on hard tires, just past those and creating a gap. That means the performance window of the medium tires is probably done.
Everybody, I'm back. Sorry, my microphone let me down. I don't know if you guys can hear me. Sorry. So I'm not having problem with my Discord, so it just won't reach. We were watching a battle between Bill Worrell going to Hayden. These guys are very much going at it. Nothing moved. It's on top of the grass right now. In the meantime, I'm just telling you that I'm talking to you on my mobile phone. As soon as I can get back on the computer to provide you with a better quality of sound, I will do so. All right. There's a pit stop right now. Let me try to see who's in there. It's the McLaren of Auto. I think it's Auto Acosta, is it? Yeah, Auto Acosta in the pits. Right. Still going at it. Riera still in first. And Mills in third now, so I think he probably got in the pits to change his medium compound. Is that it? Yeah, he's on hard right now. I'm trying to monitor everything that's happening, but also in the meantime, I'm trying to get back on my main feed, of course. As we said, sometimes there's technical difficulties, but as long as you guys can enjoy the race, I'm happy. All right. Riera very much in control, arriving at a back marker again. Oh, yeah. Costa got Haney now. And he's flying. Glenn Cooper behind them. So the two McLarens, there's a McLaren sandwich here with a slice of Williams ham. Let's put it that way. And I'm going to restart my computer on the other hand. So I'm going to keep providing you with comments with the, Stone Age devices that I have. So let's see what's happening there between Haney and Cooper. So Haney's very much in the rear of Cooper right now. This is a nice fight, and unfortunately, Bill Worrell hasn't been able to make anything work despite the good speed he had. He was always coming close to an overtake, getting in the grass. So let's hope he can redeem himself, get back on the horse, and do something good with that. And what about our people on the live? All right, we got you. Good. Nice. This is a good race so far. I'm eager to see what's going to happen between Mills and Riera as soon as all the tire compounds and the pits are done and they're like at the end of the race. Because we saw a difference in the tire compound. Riera looked very much in control. Mills had a tremendous pace. We still are looking at, I'm still looking myself at Worrell, but we got the Red Bull here right behind the Mercedes, passing on the inside, turn one. Great pass here. So Mills on Magasrevi took back the position. Remember, he did his pit stop. He's flying. He's on the hard compound. Very well done. So Mills is on a mission. Like I said, he might be catching Riera now. He's going to reduce the gap. So I'm going to monitor that. So right now, Mills is 21 points behind Riera. And, well, that gap is increasing right now. Don't know what happened, but Riera, whoa, okay. He lost a whole second there. So, and then he's gaining back. So we'll monitor that. I don't know what happened for him to lose a second, but there's the thing. I don't know if our viewers are sim racers or not, but the faster the car, the most costly it is to make a mistake. If you make a mistake with a Formula One, you pay it a huge price. If you make a mistake on sim racing with just a little street car, well, since they're not going that fast, you don't lose much time. It always depends also how you do, where you do it on the track. If you make a mistake in a hairpin, that's less costly than if you make a mistake on a straight line where everybody's going 300 kilometers per hour plus. So keep that in mind. And Mills has the fastest lap with a 118.5. That's 0.2 better than Argenis Riera's lap. So he's back at 21.1, and the gap is closing. Wow, okay. He got back the time, so it's going up and down. So I'm just trying to figure out exactly what the steady gap is between these two, because it's going from 22 to 21 to 20 to 22. So it's really like going up and down so fast. So I found out what's happening with me. I got issues with my Wi-Fi, so that's what's going on. Leader is in the pits right now. Okay, so I believe he will be able to. So he was on the hard compound. But what compound is the leaders going to choose? Oh, look at that! The gap is closed. 2 seconds between the two. And we have a race. He is still on hard, so he's going to do probably 2 hard stints, and at the end, maybe go for a soft stint or a medium stint, depending on how much laps there are left. We are at lap 21 out of 58, and we have a race, people. Unfortunately, my main feed isn't working, so I have to talk to you through my phone. On Discord, and I have no image of me, so you will have to. I'm sorry, you won't see my pretty face anymore until I get my my Wi-Fi back. So will Mills be able to catch Riera? So far, he's 1.7, 1.8, and 1.6. So he's coming like a mad train. And behind that, we have gaps that are pretty spread out. So there's no huge fight. Maybe between Worrell and Haney, like 1.5 seconds. But so far, what's interesting is between first and second position. We got Tony Mitsales, unfortunately, 3 laps down, and Ezequiel Montero, 14 laps down. These guys probably have... Okay, no, they're both on the DNF. Because they probably had, crashes and problems. We haven't seen that, but so far we got 6 DNF or 5. Sorry, all right. Yeah, 5 DNFs. So, but that's not what's interesting us right now. We want to see fights, and we got Bill Worrell still close to Haney in front. Not that close, but 1.5 second Formula One. Might seem like a short gap, but when you see it on screen, it looks like a whole football field between these two. Not exactly that, but still, it looks like a big gap, even though it's not that much. Just a mistake from one of these two, and the gap's going to either increase or close down. Oh, and we got Riera just past the back marker. I think this back marker is probably going to let him pass. Let's not be a factor here, or our factor. That was easy, and we want to see a fight between Mills and Riera. And well done by the back marker. He let Mills pass, and now you see Riera just going on his merry way. He is exactly 2.6 seconds. I don't know what happened, 2.2 now, but that cost Mills a huge chunk of time, whatever happened there. And Worrell is getting closer. He hasn't stopped yet, I think. So that's a pretty long stint on the hard compound. We're not exactly at mid-race. We'll be at mid-race in a few laps time at lap 29. And so far, 5 DNFs, big crash at the start, which we saw just glimpses of. Unfortunate. I think a car stalled, actually. I saw a car stall on track, so that shows you the realism of this game. If you don't do your things properly, you're not starting. And for those who watch Formula One races or any kind of single-seater racing over the years, you saw what a standing still car can do damage-wise, because you don't see what's happening. You see people moving, and all of a sudden you're going at 100 kilometers per hour, maybe plus, and there's a wall in front of you, which is the car standing there. It happened a lot in Formula One. It happened a lot in Formula Atlantic. If you want to see something really nice, a very good race, I suggest you go see Formula Atlantic Montreal 1993. And we got the Bill Worrell in the rear of Richard Haney. It's gonna happen. He's very much in the rear. He was on the attack. Can he make it? Can he pass through? So we have seen Worrell miss opportunities on and on and on tonight. And we just had a pass between Higgins and Walcott. So that Williams and Ferrari, we have seen that before in history, I can tell you that. And back and forth, they're going at it. We got two fights between Williams and Ferrari. We're looking at Walcott and Higgins because that's the one that is the hottest of the two right now. And Walcott's in the rear now. What about Haney and Worrell? Okay, these two as well are just a little more spread out. And look what's happening. Right. Yeah, that's Glenn Cooper right behind the Ferrari. So we got a three-way battle here. Yes, sir. We're back on the horse for battle. Let's do this. So who's going to prevail? You have to be patient. It's a long race. We're not even halfway through the race. And what about Walcott? Walcott, look at that. He's protecting on the inside. Glenn Cooper on the outside. Can he make it? Can he make it? Yes, he did. Easy peasy, by the way. And right in front of them, there's other action there. Wow. And look at Glenn Cooper. He's coming like a mad train. Wow. He just made another pass. Okay, that's a back marker, I think, who let everybody pass. So that's my bad. I thought that was a legit pass. I think it was just a back marker. But Cooper really going hard. First and second, what's going on here? Yeah, the gap is closing 1.7. We'll keep an eye on that. But Worrell very much in the rear of Richard Haney again, and he's got the speed going out of the turn. Look at that. Can we have an onboard of maybe Worrell? Oh, Worrell going past. Oh, wow, inside in the fast section. Almost too wide in the fast sector. And Haney's under attack by Magasrevi as well. Magasrevi looking and lurking inside. Oh no, Worrell slid out. They're too wide, going in the curve. Insane racing. I'm sorry, I have a little delay on my platform. I'm just going to try to get live again. Try to follow on Discord, and we got a side-by-side battle here. Whoa, that's bold. This is a really hard place to pass. Very much keen to make mistakes here. And look at these cars. This is a pain train of great racing that we're seeing right now. side by side. Okay, the back marker is letting the front guy passes. Turn one, pretty fast. Well done here by the Mercedes driver. All right, I think I'm back live on my screen as well, so this is good. All right, so I got Worrell in front of this little pack, followed by Haney and Magasrevi. And behind it's the back marker. And Magasrevi very much in the rear of Haney. Oh, wow, what a setup. And Haney, Haney's outside on the grass, but great setup by the Mercedes driver here. You know, grass or not, that pass would have happened. And there's a replay here of what happened. Unfortunate for Haney. Very well done by Magasrevi, and he's on a run, and he's going to close on Worrell and the Ferrari. Let's see the compound here. Both are on hards. There's 3 to 4 tenths separating these two, and we got the Mercedes hunting the Ferrari right now. Great racing, lurking inside, being patient. But Worrell hasn't stopped yet. He's making these tires last a long time, so he might be. Well, I don't know if he cannot be on a one-stop, and he made a mistake here. So he's protecting the inside. What's going to happen? The Mercedes has speed, maybe not enough, protecting a certain line, but this is a fast section. I think the Mercedes is going to have the upper hand on the Ferrari. Wow, whoa, what a pass here. Crazy. Well done once again. I'm telling you, viewers, this is not an easy place to pass. So Magasrevi providing us with a great show here. Remember, Worrell hasn't stopped yet, so we might see him going to, and he's in the pits. I think that was the good time for him to go for a fresh set of slicks. But what a move by Magasrevi. In the meantime, I'm going to go see Mills and Riero. What's going on between these two? Not much. And Otto Acosta also in no man's land right now. So let's see what's happening with Worrell coming out of the pits. Is he going to be in traffic? There's a Ferrari this Ferrari of Richard Walcott and Richard Haney. Both Richards coming behind them. They got warmed. Their tires are warmed up, and Walcott's on the medium compound, I think. Let's see here. Let me refresh because I have the wrong information on my overlay. Walcott's on. Oh, Bill Worrell, sorry, is on mediums. Worrell's on mediums. That's what I wanted to see. So Worrell's on mediums. He was on hard. He made these tires last a long time. He made more than half the race on the hards. Can he do the rest of the race on these mediums, knowing that the car is lighter on fuel, so the tires are not going to be that much influenced by that? So Worrell, where is he going to place himself? He had some good speed. As I said, made a few mistakes, couldn't get the passes. He's actually 2.3 seconds behind Glenn Cooper, who's on the hard compound. So that's a chase. That's a chase he could do. And we'll try to find another battle on track in the meantime. Everybody's pretty spread up. So there's going to be other pit stops soon that should bring people back together. And what about Mills? Still 2.3 seconds behind Argenis Riera, both on the hard compound. Remember, they will have to stop again, each of them. But what's going to happen there? Are they going to put some mediums on some soft compound tires on their car? We might see a difference between the two. That could be a game changer. As an update, still not able to get on Discord with my computer, so I still have to talk to you through my mobile phone. Looks like Otto Acosta hasn't stopped yet, so where do we see that? Let me see if I can. Otto Acosta. Yeah. So he's in third place, but I don't see how many pit stops he did so far, so I had the information that he hasn't stopped yet. And what about Mills? He's going through traffic. Riera is controlling this race so far. Mills navigated through traffic pretty good. Acosta's on the hard compound. He's probably going to make a one stop work here. Probably gonna, surely will take the medium compound on his pit stop. His best lap is a 118.7. I'm trying to figure out what his last lap is. A 119.0. So that's not very, that's not off his best time. His best time is only like 4/10 better or 3/10 better than his actual last lap. So he's still got the pace on this hard tire compound. Back marker letting Acosta go. So what about Magas Revi? We have seen some great racing from him earlier. He's got a gap. Last lap at 119.8 and his best at 119.4. So he's really there on his best pace. So let's just wish that Mills and Riera can regroup and provide us with a good show. And I can't wait for the next pit stop. The pit stops window, so we can have more racing to have before our eyes. So Haney and Worrell, not that far from each other. We just need one mistake from one of these two, and we'll have a fight or a battle. Let's put it that way. So yeah, you're watching RFactor SimRacingHub F1 on GTCQ TV live. This race has had its bit of mayhem and bit of battle so far. So to make a little wrap up, at the start we had a big crash midfield involving around 3 cars, maybe crippling 2 others. So far we got 5 DNFs. Tony Mitsales for AlphaTauri, Ezequiel Montero filling up for Juan del Castillo on the Alpine. Jean-Pierre Lalancette, the other Red Bull racing car, unfortunately got involved in that crash at the start. Thomas Shepard for Haas and Ricardo Senor for Aston Martin, the Ramco racing team. So these 5 are no longer in the race. It's a race at 15. So there's there's 5 cars, or 5 cars, no, 6 cars a lap down already at least. And Sean Higgins on 9th position is about to get lapped as well by our Argenis Riera. So the pace is very much spread out so far in that first race. We have seen that in the past. Look, he's right here. So 9th position is about to get lapped by first. This is not a place where you want to be as a sim racer, unfortunately. but sometimes it happens. You have better days than others. So far the back markers haven't been a factor. They all, I think, follow the rules of the blue flag. Let the leaders go and don't interfere. That's a good sportsmanship. And we got Bill Worrell right behind Glenn Cooper right now, so we got a fight. So Cooper's on the hard compound and Worrell's on the medium. I was actually looking at that a few laps earlier when he got out of the pits. We knew that Worrell had the speed, but look at that. Another mistake is in the kitty litter, just ever so slightly, giving a little breathing space to Cooper. But it will be a matter of a few laps, and he will be getting in the back. And then we got a fight here between 7 and 6 as well. So there they are, fighting again. Worrell's passed. So what happened to Cooper? Because Worrell made a mistake, and he had a lot of breathing space. Maybe Cooper made another mistake, and Worrell took advantage of that. I was looking at telemetry, so I missed a little bit of that. I'm so sorry. But I hope you guys saw the action more than I did. Let's try to see on the live if people are talking here. So what do you think the strategy is going to be for the top guys? Well, Mr. Sidney Harris, I think for the top guys, they're probably going to do a. They're going to finish on the soft compound to be able to get that bonus point for the fast lap. That's what I would do. If I can stretch 2 stints of hards and then bring a light car with soft tires, that's what I would do personally to get that bonus point for the fastest lap. So Bill Worrell, so far, a few mistakes, like I said, but he has shown some good pace. That's encouraging for the Ferrari team. I think this driver is probably not showing us today all his capacities. I think he has tricks up his sleeves. Probably going to be able to maybe qualify better and bring the fight to these guys up front. Let's see what his fastest lap is. It's a 1:19.8 so far. And oh, he's not very okay. His best is a 1:19.3, and the best for Riera is a 1:18.1. So that's still more than a second faster. So Riera very much in control. Mills is exactly in the same ballpark here with a 1:18.90. So that's also 20. That's exactly 27 thousandths of a second difference between those two fast lappers. So what do we have here? Do we have a fight? I think I saw a McLaren followed by a Williams. So yeah, Richard Haney behind Glenn Cooper. Can he make that happen? Haney's on the mediums and Cooper's on the hard. Cooper was the victim of Worrell earlier, so I wouldn't be surprised if Haney could catch Cooper with his set of medium tires. But as we saw earlier, there's a window when it can work, and then at a certain time, the hard tires are going to be more performant. They're going to bring more performance than the mediums. So Haney's got to take advantage of that window right now and not let his tires die before he can make something happen. Still looking at the gaps. So Mills is 18 seconds behind Riera. So I think Mills got in the pits once again. That would make sense. Yeah, and I think he might be... Is he still on hards? Okay. So that is, well, there is still more than 20 laps to go. So, but remember, Mills was on mediums at first. So Mills, he doesn't have to change tires. You know, he doesn't have to take another compound or whatever. So his set of hards is going to last him till the end. Now, Riera did hards and hards. He hasn't been on mediums. So, as I said, I think he will go on the soft at the end, maybe making this set of tires last longer and maybe, you know, ensure the fastest lap. Because he has done his fastest lap with hard tires. Now Mills is on the hard tires. He has a better lap than he just did the fastest lap of the race with a 1:17.5. So we're going to see times drop here. But if Riera wants to bank the fastest lap for sure, he will have to. Well, anyway, he will have to take either mediums or soft at the end. So that's a given. That's a given. So he will probably be able to beat that 1:17.5, but Mills hasn't said his last word. He's got a fast car. He's fast himself, and so far his time is pretty good. Trying to figure out if there's a little fight to bite here. Glenn Cooper and Richard Haney. There's a slight difference between these two. So that looked closer on my gap machine. there was 0.6 apart. Now there's a second. So a little mistake probably by Haney. And Cooper is catching Worrell. So as we said, the mediums made that work earlier, but maybe Worrell is going to struggle with his mediums, and the window is probably opening for the hard tires of Glenn Cooper. We'll keep an eye on that. So Riera is alone in front. Mills is alone in second. And Otto Acosta is also in the no man's land in third. So nothing much happening there. It's pretty much midfield between Worrell, Cooper, and Haney that we have a fight. And we want to see also if Mills can close the gap, for the delta between him in Riera for when the pit stop of Argenis Riera happens. We'll have to see what happens between these two. There's people in the pit. I think it's Riera in the pit. So there's 19 laps to go. I doubt he will use the soft compound. He's going to take probably the mediums. And look at that. Mills is passed. So as I said, he closed he put some great laps together and did a great undercut on Argenis Riera. But Riera's on the hunt now. We have a race, people. So Riera, I think, is on the medium compound. Yeah, he is. Can he make that work? So we'll monitor the gaps. There's 2 seconds separating these two. This is becoming very, very interesting. So 2.5 separating these two. The back marker in front of Josh Mills shouldn't be a problem. Oh, a little rumble strip here. We saw the car jump. Is he going to get out of the way? Mills slow a little bit here. Back marker is in front of Riera at the last turn. Okay. So no harm done here because Riera is 1.6 seconds behind Mills and now 2.7. So he's going up and down. The accordion effect. $15 laps to go. Oh, there's a penalty on. Yeah, Stefan Brotherson got a penalty in the pits. Saw that top of my screen, so I don't. Irrelevant for now because he's the last of the back markers. It might be also because he stood in front of Riera. I don't know if that was him, but that was a car. That was the livery I saw. I think that was an Alfa Romeo car. So it might have stayed a little too much, maybe under blue flag, and he got a penalty that might be that severe, but I'm not sure. So let's keep that as a hypothesis. Josh Mills passed another back marker in the Alfa Tauri. That was a Cliff Boulevard. And Luke, who's pointing his nose, Mr. Argenis Riera, 1.3 seconds behind Josh Mills, almost in DRS range. We don't see the catch delta here, but I presume. Oh wow, okay, he got out of the way at the last second. That was a sketchy spot to do that, but you know, there's no good way to do that if you're in trouble. So I think within two to three laps, it would be in DRS range right now. Let's monitor that as well. And in the meantime, let's see if there's another battle on track. It doesn't seem to be. Haney and Cooper are far apart, both of them. So nothing happening there. So we'll keep the eye on, keep our eyes on the prize. Josh Mills in front of Argenis Riera. Josh Mills just did a fabulous undercut, as we said, putting down some great quality laps in order to undercut and take track position on Argenis Riera. Argenis Riera is on the medium compound. He had to take another compound, and Mills is on the hard compound. So there's, as I said, a short window for Riera to catch back Mills. Riera has shown some tremendous speed all day long. So did Mills. So in that regard, I think these guys are pretty evenly matched up. So Riera just did the fastest lap with a 1:17.2. We might see that time drop again. That's 0.2 faster than Josh Mills. And it would be nice to have an onboard of Riera, maybe to feel the speed, because this is the fastest that we have seen them all race long. So if there's a possibility to get a little shot of the onboard by Argenis Riera, that would be fun. Oh, he just slid a little bit in the rear, so that might cost him a little bit. Thank you, producer. So let's see how sharp his driving is. Taking all the track here on the rumble. Let's see if he overcorrects every now and then. A sharp right-hander, turn 3 here. Very smooth. Going into fourth. Going wide, but he's allowed to. Super smooth driving here by Argenis Riera. Fast right-hander. Little bump in the asphalt there. That's a little dense, so you're going like a little deep there. And we're on the fastest section of the track. This is really like pedal to the metal. Just slowing down a bit here. There's a back marker in front of Josh Mills. So can you take advantage of that, Mr. Riera? The back marker is going to let room. Arriving at turn number 13. And the gap is almost just 1.2 right now. So fast right-hander, tight left. And that completes the onboard lap with Argenis Riera, the last turn here. And the gap is 1.1. And the gap is under a second, but at the detector, it hasn't been. So there's no DRS right now, but we might see some DRS opening up in the following lap or laps because of the accordion effect. It goes from within the second, then over a second. That's how it works for Millman cars. But he's closing the gap, really doing it. But Mills is putting down some great laps as well, really steady. He doesn't seem nervous. One mistake and his race is done. So I hope I don't want to jinx anybody. I'm knocking on wood right here. Great racing by these two drivers. They're on top of their game right now. And we're going to watch about Otto Acosta's on the soft compound. So he might have to stop again. And look at his lap. He has a 1:17.265. So he almost gets the fastest lap. We got Richard Haney in the pits. So at lap 48 out of 58, I would assume that they would take the soft compound. And yes, Richard. Oh, there's traffic here. Back markers. Well, that's unfortunate. Unfortunate for Mills, but unfortunate for Haney right now. What's happening? Blue flag, blue flag. Oh, what happened to Haney? Oh, Riera. Well, we'll see what happened. Oh, I think he got. Oh, that's unfortunate. And I think usually, according to the rules, there should be something happening to the back marker because there was a blue flag there, and he got in the way of Riera, the dirty air, and maybe he lost focus as well. So that might have been the reason why, because we haven't seen anything like that from Riera in that race. So that back marker should just get out of the way. There's nothing to race for here. The back marker is still in front of Riera. What's going to happen there? Okay, now he moves away. I think he understood his impact on the previous sequence. Let's just hope it hasn't prevented us from having a good fight. So Riera very much on the throttle. He's on a mission. You see him. You can feel the speed when you see him maneuver through the track. Very much in action. Is within the second. So it's like that didn't even happen. Yeah, he's in DRS range. That's what we wanted to see. We wanted to see a battle. There is exactly 8 laps left when we get to the start-finish line. DRS open. I think it is. Is it? I didn't see it, but I'm sure it was. There's another DRS zone here. Is it? Haven't seen the wing open. And we love those sparks on the asphalt. Great scenery. So he's right behind him. He's on a mission. So Arjun, it's Riera. Behind Josh Mills. These guys have been either fighting or racing each other from a distance since the start of this race. And, oh, wow, Riera right there, right on the rear wing of Mills. It's a matter of maybe one lap or maybe just a few turns before he tries something on Josh Mills. These drivers are very much in control of that race. Arriving at the second to last turn. Negotiating that last right-hander, and boom! DRS open. Is it going to happen now? It's not that long of a stretch. With Formula One cars, you just arrive there. It's super short. It looks long, but with fast cars like this, it just happened in the blink of an eye and you're at the end of the stretch. I think it might happen in the fast sector. So Riera setting himself up for a great pass in the fast sector. Okay, I think it's going to happen soon. Look at that. You can feel the speed on that right-hander he just took. That is crazy. Now he's in the slipstream. Can he slipstream through? Right, left. Again in the slip. Arriving at turn 13, hard on the brakes. Not quite. Oh, mistake by Riera. He lost the rear a little bit. That's going to cost him about maybe half a second to maybe just a whole second. So he's out of DRS range right now, and his medium tires are going to start to lose their performance window. Unfortunate, but it's not done yet. We still have 6 laps to go. Riera on the attack. Watching him. There is no fight in the midfield, so we're going to keep looking at this, monitoring the gap between Riera and Mills. And there's traffic here for Josh Mills, one of the McLarens. Probably Glenn Cooper letting him go. Yep. So you see the Alpine letting everybody pass. I think Cooper will do the same in a sec. Okay, yeah, staying out of the racing line. That's a tight spot. That was a tight spot. Don't have much room there to play with, so I think that was the proper move to do. When you don't have space, there's no good way to get out of the way. Oh, yellow in sector 3 right now. And yellow's off. And 1.8 seconds separating second to first place. So Mills in control right now. Does not have the fastest lap so far. Or yet. But this might. So the gap is closing between 1 second and 1.5 with the accordion effect. Can Argenis Riera catch Josh Mills for that race? And we just had a switch of position, I think, between Elise Tape and Cooper. Yep. Tape just took the position from Cooper, if I'm not mistaken. Back on Mills and Riera. Riera closing the gap. There is exactly 4 laps to go. Five. Miscounted. So 5 laps for Riera. He can play the patience game as long as he closes the gap and make himself in DRS range. He can smell it. He has been in charge of this race for almost all of it, except since that last pit stop where Josh Mills did a fabulous undercut. So they're close to each other. Another yellow flag in sector 1. And we only have 4 cars on the lead lap as we speak. Negotiating last turn. Gap between the cars is 1.1, 1.2. And there's a battle here between the Haas and the Ferrari. So that's Ellie Stave and Bill Worrell right now going at it. We'll look at this for a brief moment because we got a gap at the front, but we'll keep an eye on it. And Tate in the rear of Worrell. Tate on the soft compound, Worrell on the mediums. There's not a lot of, oh wow, great pass on the outside by Tate. Well done. And Tate is just going away. Look who's coming behind. Glenn Cooper, behind Worrell. Cooper is on the hard compound, Worrell's on the medium. So that's another thing we have to monitor. In front, Riera not able to catch on Mills, so maybe his medium tires performance window has reduced. We'll go back at Tate. Tate's very much taking an option on this position, so Tate in 5th position, solidifying it. And we got Glenn Cooper, which is in DRS range of Bill Worrell. So that's where the money is right now. And look at that. I think Worrell made a mistake. So Cooper is arriving with tremendous speed, not able to take the inside, or probably patiently waiting for his target to make either another mistake or just setting himself up for a proper pass. Arriving at the fast left-right piff path. And look at that. He's right in his rear bumper. Can he make it? Can he make it? Outside, inside at the exit, still in the slipstream. I think it might happen at 13. Looks like it's going to happen. Yeah, on the brake. Side by side. Oh, they touch. And Worrell is out. They touch. The Worrell's in the kitty litter. So Glenn Cooper was in the inside of Bill Worrell. They both held their position. They barely touched, but that was enough for Worrell to spin in the kitty litter. He must be furious, but I don't know whose fault it is. Seriously, they were side by side. Looks like they were fighting for the same piece of real estate. Very hard to say who's at fault here. So we'll have to look at this move again. In the meantime, what behind Mills and Riera? What is happening there? Riera is in DRS range, and we got 2 laps to go. Look at that. Piff. Half. A little bit of dust coming from Mills' car. So this is it for the lead of the race. There's not much there's not much track to negotiate, so there's one more lap to go after this curve right here. And DRS range for Riera behind Mills, and this is what we wanted to see. The shootout at the last lap. Very wide for Riera. Good negotiation of turn 1. Mills in front. He will have to protect because he's got the slipstream. The Aston Martin very much in the Red Bull's rear, and both guys just lost it a little bit. They must be at the end of their tire life here. Mills having a little breathing space again. That little bump here, they're going wide, and he's got the slipstream. And they got traffic. Is it going to be a factor? He's taking advantage of the slip. Oh, no. No, look what happened. That back marker just, oh my goodness. That's not good at all. And this is it. It happened. The back marker, instead of staying out of it, just Oh my goodness. We saw it live. The back marker got in the way of the Aston Martin, preventing him from for any move. So victory for Josh Mills in a really dramatic fashion here at Albert Park. We had a race till the end. Great racing by Riera. Unfortunately, that back marker got in the way. That was not very sportsmanlike, in my humble opinion. Should have gotten out of the way more than that. So, but great racing here, and we saw at the end of the race. Wow, a lot of mayhem happened. So we got Mills, Yera, Acosta crossing the finish line. That McLaren here of I think this is Cooper, isn't it? Sorry, I'm a bit mixed up from what went down here, what we just witnessed. And we got a few cars that are finishing their laps. Most of them are a lap down, so they're going to cross the finish line and finish in that order. I'm gonna go look in the comments about that. I haven't seen the live for a while. So what's going on? NASPAS for P1. Magic has a strategy, and yeah, soft tires get the bonus, but it didn't happen like. Did it happen like that? He had medium, so no soft. Riera still got the fastest lap at the end. And but seriously, what went down here? What we saw, I mean, we saw a good battle between, I think, Cooper and Worrell, between the Ferrari and the McLaren. They touched together. That was, I think, a good racing incident. So, I mean, it happened. But what happened between Mills and Riera with that back marker, very unfortunate. Seriously. I really don't know what to say more than I'm going to look more into the rule book. But if they're stewarding here, this usually is a penalty for impeding, especially at a hot moment like that. So race results, everybody. We got Josh Mills with a nice victory, played out with an undercut at the last pit stop. So well done from him. Riera really fighting it out, giving everything he had. Got the unfortunate situation behind that back marker. Could have had a shot at it at the end of the race. We will never know. Now you got Otto Acosta in third position. Acosta, I think, did 2 stops. And he tried to get the soft stints at the end to get the fastest point. Then you got Janos Magasrevi in the Mercedes in fourth position. Then Tape in fifth. A great move by Tape. We haven't seen him much the race, but at the end of the race, he was hard on the attack. So you're a fan of Tape. I'm a fan of Tape as well. And we got Glenn Cooper, Bill Worrell. Bill Worrell was everywhere in every fight this race. That was very interesting what he provided us with. Just a few mistakes. I think he could have had a better race finish if it wasn't for all these little mistakes when he had the pass under his nose and just went in the grass a little bit. I don't know if it's dirty air or just like impatience, but it is what it is. Richard Haney and Sean Higgins, both Williams, in the points in 8 and 9 respectively. They were in the fight as well with Worrell and Cooper all race long. So that midfield fight was very fun to watch and maneuver in. Then Richard Walcott, who was there a little bit in the fight as well, close up the top 10 in the Ferrari. For the rest of the field, you got in 11 Jeff Hoppenheim, you got Cliff Van Leeuwaard in 12th position, John Cook in 13, Stefan Brodersen, who had a penalty at some point in the pits, I think, and Jacopo Cardoso in 15. Who's the sixth DNF? There was 5 DNFs in the mid race, and the other guys who DNF. So we got Cardoso, Tony Mitsalis, Ezequiel Montero, who was filling up for Juan del Castillo, and Jean-Pierre Lalancette, unfortunately, in the other Red Bull, got involved in the crash, in the first. So 4 cars retired after 2 laps or 1 lap, or Thomas Shepard and Ricardo Senior at the end. So this is the result for that race. That for my first Formula One race, I really enjoyed it. I gotta say that it was a real treat. A lot of fights, different strategies. So you see people getting away from each other and regrouping back at the end. So this is really nice. We saw Riera in control a little bit, and then Mills just got him back. So this is really promising for a good season of good battles. I just hope the back markers are going to be more aware of the traffic, for the time to come. I will try to look at the feed for the calendar, because we got another race which is going to happen in Japan. It's in, I think, 2 weeks' time. So at Suzuka, it's going to be in the other Thursday, same time, same channel. I hope you guys enjoyed it. As I said, I'm usually in a team with my buddy Joe Wenzel, Greasy Sam Squanch. He had a family emergency that he had to attend to. So unfortunately, he's not here to describe the race with me. We hope that he's going to be here in 2 weeks. He might not be. If he's not, I'm still going to be here and providing you with these comments. So thank you for being here. Don't forget to like and subscribe to our channel. We're going to be here even more prepared the next time. We'll get better at it, because I'm discovering that platform. It's really nice, really interesting. We got a lot of information to provide you and a lot to screen to navigate with. So I hope you guys enjoyed that broadcast. And if you got questions or anything, feel free to ask anything in the comments. Keep your questions for next race. You can also come with fun trivia questions, fun facts about Suzuka or whatever. You can challenge us on our knowledge of Formula One. We want to have a really happy and fun season with our viewers, in order to get the most how can I say that in French? Say ludique, but happy but fun and interesting for the Formula One season. So you just watched at Albert Park, Melbourne, Australia, the first race, the first of the 2024 season of the SimRacingHub F1 Championship. Josh Mills first, Riera second, and Otto Acosta top 3. They're probably drinking champagne on the podium. I would like to thank Jazz30 in the booth for providing us with great production today. Thank you, everybody in the live, for your comments and your support during that race. Unfortunately, as I said, my Discord, my Wi-Fi on my laptop just messed up, so there's no way for me to recuperate that, and I tried several times during the race. So thank you for your time. I hope you enjoyed, and we'll see you in 2 weeks' time. Have a great night, and stay safe, and don't forget to watch the Grand Prix this weekend at Albert Park. So have a good night, and peace out.